And you... Hi, honey. Hi, baby boy. Oh my goodness, he does this thing now where he just like does this. And I don't know why this is his new thing. Too much. A little pause. Like, I don't know why this is his new thing. He loves this. My goodness, you're pawing. My baby. I love him. We had enough? Okay. So hi guys, my name is Izzy. I'm a sporadic YouTuber. So now that I'm done being distracted by cuteness, that is Bane, let's get into my January wrap-up. So I read four books in the month of January, which is actually really surprising to me because I did start back up at school and I'm still grieving and sad, but reading it's coming back. Now I'm back in school and now it's not coming back, but it was. I just read the worst book that I've read in years for school. If you follow me on Instagram and you've been watching my Insta stories, you know how awful this book is. Like I was just ranting and bitching about it. I may have recorded a vlog while reading it, so if you want to see that, let me know and I will mash it together. It's really bad and it's a lot of bitching. It's a really bad book. Anyway, let's get into good books because I loved all these books. I'm gonna go in order of excitement to talk about them. Is that kind of weird? The first book I'm going to talk about is the only contemporary I read in the month of January, and I only read it because both these authors have books out or coming out that I need to, like, I've already pre-ordered, and like Infinity Sun is sitting downstairs just fucking glaring at me. And Yes, No, Maybe So is coming out this month, and it's pre-ordered. So I figured I should probably read this so I could get caught up, so that way those two books can sit on my TBR and rot forever because I have no time to read anything that I want to read. Anyway, I read this. It is not my favorite out of the two authors. I will say that, like, straight out of the gate. But I mean, it's still, like, a great book. I still really enjoyed it. Me personally, think that this combination is so interesting, these two authors. I also have, like, they've both been, like, talking about this book on Instagram recently, that, like, it makes me think they're working on a sequel right now, so, but yeah, I love both of these authors, what they do, and I think it's a very interesting combination because Adam Severa is like, I'm gonna stab you in your heart, and Becky Albertalli is like, I'm gonna warm you with my fuzziness, and they're just a really interesting combination. What I really appreciated about this story was actually the end, like the epilogue, which I know some people aren't fans of epilogues, but the epilogue in this book, I don't know, and the way this book ended, I just thought was really realistic and practical, and I don't know, I really appreciated the way that this book ended, and I really appreciate where the characters are at the end of this book. I don't want to give spoilers if you haven't read it, but I personally really appreciated the way they did things. I thought it was complimentary to both writers' styles, which I did not see coming. I was really worried because both these authors, they're friends, they're like best friends, but their writing styles are very different. They're very different authors, and I love both their works, but I was really worried. I'm like, what is going to happen in this book? Like, how are we going to end it? But yeah, I was really pleased with the way this ended. I thought it was done really well. The next one I'm going to talk about something a little cringy before I get into talking about the actual book. But I posted a photo on Instagram of all the books I read in 2019. This book is in that photo. I just choked on air. But this book is in that photo. But the Nightmares book 3 is not in that photo. And I read Nightmares in 2019. I did not finish this in 2019. I finished this year. I don't know what I was thinking, but like, just sub in the books in your mind. I can't look at that photo now because it just, like, I can't unsee it. It really bothers me. Anyway, this is the third book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, A Storm of Swords. I don't really know what to say about this book. It's the third in a series, so I'm not really sure what I can tell you and what I can't. If you've watched Game of Thrones or if you haven't. I will say that the ending was really, what the fuck? What the fuck happened in the ending? Like the last the epilogue. Is it an epilogue or is it like just like the last, yeah, the epilogue. What the fuck? I have no clue. I have no clue what just happened in that epilogue. I really want to talk to someone about it. Specifically Josh, but Josh hasn't read these books. And I'm just like, I'm gonna have to wait years until Josh reads these. Like, he's never gonna read these. I don't know if he ever will. But I bought them for him, which is ironic because I'm the one reading them. But yeah, that epilogue was weird. But yeah, I really enjoyed this series. I gave this one 4 stars, I believe. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. I really like the world. I really like the characters. George R. R. Martin's just really good at killing people. He's really good at... like, is that something that an author should be good at? Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm currently listening to the 4th one, which is Feast of Crows, and enjoying it. Yeah, those books are great. The next book I'm going to talk about is Tunnel of Bones by Victoria Schwab. We all know I have all V.E. Schwab's books sitting on my TBR, and I just haven't gotten to any of them because I suck. But I have read this book and the first book in the Cassidy Blake series, and I'm obsessed with this series so much. It's her middle grade series. They're perfect. They're amazing. They're great. She has the 3rd one is coming out this year. She has 4 books coming out this year. This woman is crazy. I don't know how she does it. She's amazing. But I really want to read the rest of her stuff. Obviously, it's all sitting there glaring at me, and I will get to it, but I'm never going to catch up if she keeps putting out books like this. So if you don't know what these are about, they follow Cassidy Blake. When she was younger, she had like a near-death experience, and now she can go into the ghostly realm. She can part the veil and go into the ghostly realm. And it's crazy because her parents are like paranormal, like they have like a paranormal TV show, like that's what they do, like a reality TV paranormal show, which is crazy. But they don't know that she can actually go into the veil and that ghosts are real and all this stuff, which is kind of cool. She also has a ghostly friend named Jacob. All this fun stuff. Anyway, the first book is set in Edinburgh, Scotland, sorry, and this one is set in Paris, France. And then the next one is set in New Orleans in the USA. And I'm really fucking excited for it because New Orleans is like, I'm here for that atmosphere. I'm so here for it. I'm so here for it. But anyway, these books are great. I really enjoy them. They're a lot of fun. This one was no exception to the rule. This one I think was a little bit darker than the last one, which was great. I really enjoy it. They're like, it's really hard to do middle grade horror. I would call it paranormal horror. Well, as to not like terrify your kids, you know, your audience, but also just be spooky enough to entertain adults as well. Like, and Victoria Schwab does that. She does an amazing job. I love her books so much. They're just great. So we are on to the last book that I cannot wait to gush about. I'm like gonna review this book terribly, but I'm just like really excited to just gush about it. And that's Gilded Wolves. I'm almost speechless, almost. So the sequel to this book, Silver Serpents, it comes out this year. The cover was revealed. I'm so glad that I read this late because this came out in like 2018, and I'm so glad that I read it late because I would have hated to wait that long for the book. I feel so bad for anyone who has read this like right when it came out. This is great. This is phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I didn't even know that there was a sequel coming out because I hadn't read it yet. So like I wasn't paying attention. So this is set in an alternate Paris in 1889. And that's like on the edge of like the Industrial Revolution, I believe, and everything. But it's in an alternate world where people have like affinities, I think they're called, basically magic of sorts. But it follows a band of characters, which I just really enjoy. And there's like Severin, who's like the like leader. I think that's how you say his name. I'm probably saying his name wrong. There's Enrique, which is like the historian. Zofia. I feel like I'm gonna say her name wrong, but she's like the engineer, scientist of the group. And then there's Tristan, who is like a botanist slash entomologist. Oh, there's also Leanna, I believe her name is, maybe. She's like a dancer on like the side. She's like she has like an alter ego, but she's also a baker in her normal life. And then there's Hypnos, who is like, Hypnos is like if you pick this book up for any reason, it should be for Hypnos. Like, if I need anything else to convince you, read this book and tell me that Hypnos is not a phenomenal fucking character. He's like sexually fluid. He's great. Just read this. Seriously, it's really great. But anyway, they go on like a heist. It's like very heisty, and there's magic and fantasy, and Bane is trying to break into the room because I kicked him out, but too bad. Seriously, whew. This book is just, and it's really action-packed. There's a lot that goes on. I don't know, I just really cannot gush about this book enough. There's like a few people that have read books similar to this one, and like I've like searched out and gushed to them, and I'm like, you need to read Gilded Wolves. Like, do not underestimate Gilded Wolves because it's fucking great. Did I gush about this enough? This book is great. I'm so glad that I finally read it. It's everything. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. I'm done gushing. I will see you in the next video. Peace. I'm out. Goodbye. All that fun stuff. I'm really distracted by the fact that there's a cat outside. Like, it's threw me off. Anyway, I love you guys. Peace. I'm out. Bye. I will see you in the next video. Bye.